special broadcast of Statecraft from London, where we'll delve into the spectacular win of Labour Party in the UK elections and what Keir Starmer's leadership means for India-UK relations. But with Labour, there have been historical tensions. How do the new policy adjustments add up, and what are the implications of the policies for domestic and international relations for the United Kingdom? Historically, Labour's relations with India have seen ups and downs, particularly under former leaders like Jeremy Corbyn, who advocated for international intervention in Kashmir, causing a rift within the British Indian community. Keir Starmer, however, has taken a notable policy shift on various issues related to India, particularly on Kashmir, where he asserts that it's a bilateral issue between India and Pakistan.
Some of these perceptions about the Labour government and its attitude towards India are quite frankly outdated. I mean, they go back over 25 years ago when we talk about the late Robin Cook and some remarks he made. We can also talk about Jeremy Corbyn and people being worried with somebody like him, who I've said is an extreme left-winger, has his own very extreme views, which the country did not vote for. You have now a sensible Labour government, and a sensible Labour government is very, very pro-India.
This certainly aims to mend ties with India and the Indian diaspora in Britain. Starmer's outreach to the Indian community, including his visits to temples and meetings with community leaders, underscores his commitment to a strategic partnership with India, stressing trade, technology, and environmental cooperation. Yes, Starmer's leadership is not without controversies. His position on Kashmir in the past did stir debate within the South Asian community here in the United Kingdom, as also with India. However, there is a balancing act that he'll have to do when it comes to having a neutral foreign policy and addressing human rights concerns. Under the leadership of Keir Starmer, the Labour Party's narrative on the Kashmir issue seems to be changing. During meetings with the Indian diaspora and public addresses, Starmer has emphasized that Kashmir is India's internal issue and will be resolved by both the neighbours. Starmer is likely to fix the missteps made by his party in the past with regards to India. In fact, the party manifesto during elections did mention India and a commitment to pursue new strategic partnership with New Delhi. As part of his poll campaign, Starmer made several attempts to rebuild trust with the British Indian community, including participating in Hindu festivals like Diwali and Holi. Starmer's outreach is not without cause. According to reports, there are 1.9 million people of Indian origin residing in the UK, accounting for over 2.5% of the country's overall population.
How it works is there is a 20% vote of Muslims, around 10.8% is Hindus. But the Hindu vote of the late has been going to Conservatives. Even the last election, they were with Conservatives. So things have changed from Labour to Conservative. And in certain areas, except London, things are in a very different perspective. There are 56 constituencies which are pro-Islam constituencies. Those constituencies are not going to vote for even Labour. They want to vote for the person who is going to look after Palestine issue.
During this year's election, a total of 28 British Indians have been elected to the parliament, with Labour Party leading the charge. Several British Sikh MPs have also made their way to the House of Commons, with Preet Kaur Gill and Tanmanjeet Singh Desi winning their seats back for the Labour Party, while Navendu Mishra and Nadia Wittam were among the other Labour MPs re-elected with convincing majorities. Out of the 12 Sikh MPs, 9 are first-timers, 2 have been elected for the third consecutive time, and 1 has made it to the House of Commons for the second time. Despite Sikhs being just a fraction of MPs elected, they have been vocal to voice their concerns on issues that have been pertaining to their community in the UK and in India. But many of Labour leaders have backed separatist movements in the form of Khalistan. Now, keeping the focus on British Indian MPs, only one Indian origin MP has made it to the new British Prime Minister's cabinet, Lisa Nandy. She has been re-elected from Wigan in northwest England. Nandy will assume her position in Starmer's cabinet as his new culture secretary alongside a record number of fellow women ministers. Now here Starmer has done his own balancing act. He appointed an Indian origin MP and on the other hand a Pakistan origin MP as well as Secretary of State for Justice, Shabana Mahmood. Mahmood has been quite vocal on the conflict in West Asia. Back in March, she had called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, accusing Israel of killing innocent civilians. But pro-Palestinian Muslim voters have nonetheless questioned her commitment to their cause. She has faced criticism from the Muslim community for abstaining on a Gaza ceasefire vote in November and her refusal to resign from the shadow cabinet over her party's support for Israel. The situation is further complicated with Labour's need to address rights of the Muslims, including in those parts of the world that are witnessing conflicts like the one in Palestine, which resonates with a significant portion of the Labour voter base. As Labour moves forward under Starmer's leadership, the party's approach to India and its handling of sensitive international issues will be crucial in shaping its domestic and foreign policy. As far as India is concerned, Keir Starmer is quite determined to take the relationship forward, given how important India has become not just as a market but also as an opportunity. Keir Starmer will ensure that economy here in Britain is stabilised and India could play a critical role on that front. The India-UK relations is poised for a new direction. However, only time will tell which way this relationship is going to go. For now, it seems like both countries are going to look at the relationship and the forward movement with cautious optimism. That's all in this edition of Statecraft. Stay tuned to India Today Global for all the latest news and updates on the international relations front.